those two who are attending, they may not be interested in 2021, but they may be interested in 2030 or so. Even then, they should know some of the modalities of this examination. Normally, people think for the first time, they will just say, sir, I have just gone for the appearing of the examination. I was not so much interested. I just appeared because I thought it should be better. But every attempt should be the last attempt. Don't keep things in mind that we have another 5 attempts to go. It is a very bad idea. And every time you should keep a fast track of what is going to happen. Normally, every year, around 800 to 900 vacancies will be there. Earlier, it used to be 1,000, 1,100, but nowadays it has come down to 800 or 900. There are 24 services in this 900 vacancies, out of which 100 will be normally IAS, around 80 or 90 for IPS, and rest of them will be 50, 60, total 24 services. This year, every year, why this year? The prelims notification will be on February 2021. This year it happens to be this prelims examination 10th February. The last date for filing of applications will be around 3 to 4 weeks, and the examination fee is 100 rupees. And now we are running the women's college. No gentleman is there in our institution. So women need not pay any 1 rupee, single rupee also. Similarly, SC, STs also, there is no tuition fees. The examination is in 3 stages. Let us go by a little higher. Yeah, the first stage is the prelims examination. This happens on 27th June 2021, Sunday. Normally, they keep it on a Sunday to accommodate all the students, those who are studying or those who are appearing for any exam, any services or whatever it is. And it has 2 papers. One is General Studies Paper 1. It is an objective type of 100 questions, 100 into 2, 200 marks. And then comes the second paper, that is CSAT, Civil Services Aptitude Test. It has only 80 questions. Madam will be taking the class today regarding CSAT also, because you should keep concentration on CSAT also. It contains a lot of mathematics and comprehensions. So you should practice it simultaneously along with the paper 1. There is a negative marking. Normally up to the degree level or postgraduate level, you never had the problem of negative marking, because we are accustomed to having marks. If it is a 20 question mark, our teacher or examiner will give us 12 marks, 13 marks, 15 marks, at the best 16 marks. But here in this case, you have to only point only ABCD. It's an objective type examination, and a negative marking is there. That has been given because you should be very careful in answering. That is the only idea. If you mark 3 negative questions, then you will be losing 1 mark which you have already obtained. Then CSAT was only a qualifying examination. Out of this 200, you should get 66 marks, meaning 33% of marks you should get in qualifying paper of CSAT. Then only, even if you have got 190 marks in 200 of the General Studies paper, you will not be eligible. Minimum quality is there. Earlier till 2014, CSAT was also equally considered. You should get in both the papers equal marks for cutoff marks. But some of the Northeast people and Tamil Nadu people, they said, this is a very unruly situation. We doesn't have that much knowledge in English and mathematics, so you please reduce it. Then the government of India has appointed a committee, and that committee took it to a liberally view, saying that you need not worry about that, we will reduce it. By the time these 2 people who are now listening to me, they appear, there may not be any CSAT examination at all. But we should be prepared thinking that CSAT also will be there. You will be surprised to know how people are going to appear for this examination. Around 4.5 lakh candidates will be appearing every year for the prelims. This is only a qualifying paper. Even if you get 199 marks out of 200, your rank will not be decided. your rank will be decided on the mains examinations only. This qualifying mark of this prelims examination is to get a good cutoff mark. Now, when we come to the mains, the ratio of selection of candidates out of these 4.5 lakhs people who are appearing for the examination of prelims, if you want to go for the mains, that is second stage, it is decided based on the ratio of 1:12.5. You please note down in your notebook, if you have a notebook, you please note down. It is decided basing on the ratio of 1:12.5, meaning by if there are about 1,000 vacancies, only 12,500 people will be invited or eligible for the mains examination. Then you must be having at least an idea of what is the cutoff mark. Every year it changes, but you just note down in 2019, the cutoff mark for general candidates is 98. In 2018 also it was the same. In 2019, last year only, the economically weaker sections has been included in the list, like SC, ST and physically handicapped. There is a reservation for economically weaker sections also. The cutoff mark for economically weaker section is 90 marks in 2019. Regarding the OBCs, it was 96 both years, 2018 and 2019. You may be having an idea, it is very easy to get 100 marks out of 200, but it is very difficult. The cutoff mark means the last person who was eligible to write the mains examination was the persons who got 98 marks. So if you are 97, you are again at the 4.5 lakh. You should again go to the prelims and write. Then comes to SCs. There is a reservation for SCs. The age limit also is more for them, 5 years more. They can write up to 37 years. They doesn't have the 6 attempts. They can appear any number of times before that 35, 37. So the cutoff marks for SC in 18 was 84 and in 19 it was 82. Similarly for the scheduled tribes also, 18 it was 83 and in 19 it was 77. We need not go for the physically handicapped. Then comes the second stage. You little go upper, madam. The second stage is the main thrust. That is why it is called as mains examination. This year it is 17th June 2021, the coming year. And it happens to be normally Friday. And the examinations will be conducted for 5 days. Since there are 9 question papers you have to answer, every day there will be 2 question papers, morning, evening, morning, evening. In the essay paper day only, it is 1 paper. And the other days, 4 into 2, 8. So total you have to appear for 9 examinations. The qualifying papers are there. They are known as English and Telugu. Telugu and English, 300 marks each. And these are only qualifying marks. Even if you get 290 marks, it will not be counted. Only 40% of the marks minimum you should get in these 2 papers. I should mention about a candidate, Mr. Shrikar. He is from Visakhapatnam. He approached me after 2 attempts. His problem was he neglected this Telugu paper. You should get 120 marks, but he failed by 115 marks, 115. The problem was he was confident with Telugu, but he was not able to answer it, and he was not able to get the minimum qualifying of 40% marks. So you should English or Telugu papers, and you should be ready to answer them in a particular way. We will guide you when the question of mains comes. Next, madam. Third stage. Yeah, 1 minute. Second stage. Yeah.
Important papers.
Yeah. Those who want to note down, they can note down, or we will send this script to all of them.
Already there in the website, sir.
Yeah, you just go through that. You need not waste time. The paper 1 is essay, for which we are giving you training every week. This week also we have given you about the role of regional parties in federalism. You please go through the website and first note down how many regional parties are there. There are more than 40 or 45 regional parties. And the strength of regional parties in last assembly parliament and earlier parliament, two parliaments you should take, 2014 and 2019. How many parties have got how many seats? And during 2000, earlier to 2004, the regional parties were able to tackle the minority government. During P.V. Narasimha Rao time also, it was a very minority government. Every time they were afraid of introducing a bill and they were afraid of getting the required majority. So the regional parties played a vital role during those days. But nowadays, the people of India or the voters of India, they were very confident and they have given 330 or so for the BJP government. Similarly to Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy and KCR also, they have given a thumping majority. In a way, it is better. But the regional parties during the earlier days, they used to play havoc. The Prime Minister is worried every night, what happens tomorrow morning? I go to the parliament and some party will withdraw their strength and some party will not give me the required strength and the bill will not be sufficient to get the votes. So this paper one essay, you should be thorough with this essay to get at least 200 marks. It will give you a thorough knowledge. And the general studies, we have 4 papers. And the details of the 4 papers, you need not worry at this point. 250 into 4, 1000 marks. This is the main crux of your entire examination. Earlier, it used to be different. From 2014 onwards, the UPSC has changed this pattern. And earlier, it used to be 2 optionals. But now it is only 1 optional. And this option has 2 papers, 250 into 2, 500 marks. And this 1000 marks for general studies papers. In the general studies papers, you have different subjects. Paper 4 consists of ethics, integrity, and aptitude. This is another important paper which you have to study. So total 1750 marks are there for the mains examination. Out of the 1750 marks, and the personality test is 275, total comes to 2025. So those now Mr. I think Mrs. Miss Kirtana and Yashaswini, they are eligible I think by 2025 or so. So these 2025 marks, you should get a minimum of something. Cut-off marks you please go through. The general candidates in 2019, the cut-off mark was 751 out of 1750. What does that mean? Even if you get 48%, you will get some service or other. Am I clear in this point? The general candidates, even if they get 48% out of the 1750, they get some service or other. Those who get 1000 or above, they will be getting their IAS or IPS. The economically weaker sections, the cutoff was 696. OBCs, it was 718. SCs, 706. STs, 699. And physically weaker sections, 663. Similarly, including the interview, so 2025, the last person who got a service was 961. The topmost person might have got 980 or 990. That was only because only 1000 people are selected and 962 marks, more than 10 people or 15 people might have got. So this is 961 general candidates got. The economically weaker sections, it was 909. OBCs 925. Scheduled caste 925. STs 893. Physically weaker people 861. Then comes the third stage of personality test. So many people will think personality test is a very difficult one. They have got 275 marks now. Earlier it was 300. Now they have reduced it to 275. The general misnomer is civil's preparation is a costly affair because most of the institutions now in Hyderabad, they charge about 1.5 lakhs or 2 lakhs, depending upon their ranking. In Wajiram and other places also in Delhi, they heavily charge. So people think for a middle class person, it is very difficult to cope up with the fees, and they may not go to Delhi and spend about 1 year there. And in the first attempt, they may not be able to get the service. Then they have to again appear. So this type of misunderstanding is there, but it is not a costly affair if you sincerely appear and think. Only IAS and IPS officer children will get. This is also another misnomer. There is no hard and fast rule. It may be about 10, 15 people in the entire year. They may be children of IAS or IPS officers or senior service officers. Normally, the people from rural areas also are getting the ranks nowadays. To quote an example, Mr. Mutyala Raju, I know him very well. He was in the Nellore district also as district collector. He topped the list 2007. He hails from a small village of Krishna district. And when his sister was in pregnant state, they were not able to take her to the hospital in right time because of a flood in the river. So he thought, I should become a collector and I should arrange for some facilities for the rural areas. Then only the rural people will be upgraded. So he did his MTech from IIT Kharagpur. Then he appeared for civil services. He got IPS. He took the training in National Police Academy, Hyderabad. Then again he appeared for prelims. The question here is, even if you complete your service of IPS also, if you want to get an IAS, you have to again write a prelims. You have to appear prelims, qualify for mains, then go to the interview and then get good marks. This time he got the first rank all over India. Similarly, to quote another example, Mr. Ronanki Gopalakrishna, I interviewed him. He got all India rank of 3rd. He is a small village person from Palasa of Srikakulam district. He was an elementary school teacher for 6 years. He got it in the 5th attempt. He studied in Telugu. He wrote the examinations in Telugu. He gave the interview in Telugu. And finally, he was successful in getting the 3rd rank all over India. And he is presently sub-collector Gudu. On completion of 2 years of training at Mussoorie, he is posted to Nellore district as sub-collector. Then he becomes joint collector. Then after a few years, he becomes a district collector. Then commissioner, secretary, principal secretary. And finally, if you have the age of 60 up to 60 years, you will get the chief secretary post also. Now, since we are all having 4 ladies, it is happy to be noted that encouragement for ladies is there by UPSC. The Tina Dobry, she topped the list 1 year, and Dividarshini topped the list in 2011. So all the lady students who are our students, they should be very happy to note that this is a very good occasion to start it at a very early age. Yashaswini from 7th class, Kirtana and others from 10th class. This is the right age and you have taken a good decision. Go ahead and definitely you will get the rank. You will crack the examination. Next, madam. Then you have about 7 to 8 years to go now. Since we are in 7th class and 10th class, you consolidate the material you have. You must be studying right from 7th class to 12th class NCERT books. I will give you homework of NCERT today, that which you should take down. Whether 2 people are there, 3 people are, how many people are there?
Sir, now 4 students are there.
4 students. Let them take down a small note. Can I show this book?
Yeah, science. Class.
You withdraw that notes.
Okay.
I will come back to it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, this one. Science 9th class NCERT. You please download the book.
Yeah, yes, sir.
science book of 9th class.
Uh-huh.
Science book of 9th class. Before the segment of science, we have touched. So far, we are having the lectures on geography, public administration, and other things. But science, you have to keep it in mind. So download the 9th class science textbook first. You please note down. And study chapter 5. The fundamental unit of life. That is the chapter's heading. I am giving the questions also. 2 questions you have to write. By next Friday, you please come up with the answers. They are only short questions, short answer questions. You please note down the question. After reading that only you will be able to answer. So you should definitely read the book and come back with the answer. Question number 1. If the organization of a cell is destroyed due to some physical or chemical influence, what will happen? I will read the question again. If the organization of a cell is destroyed due to some physical or chemical influence, what will happen? You should write at least 50 words or 100 words and the answer. The second question, why are proteins synthesized inside the cell? I will repeat again. Why are proteins synthesized inside the cell? Another 100, 150 words. You thoroughly go through the subject and then come back to us by Friday along with your essay paper. Then, madam, you go to that Hindu paper.
Yes, sir.
Last 3-4 weeks, we are paper. How many of you have read the Hindu newspaper? You please raise your voice and tell me. Yashwini, have you read the Hindu newspaper any time during the week?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how many days you are going through? Last 4-5 days?
Yes, sir.
What is the main incident happened during the last 4-5 days? Can you remember? Any one incident? One main major item?
Sir, when collector was arrested due to some land profits from the government, he gave to somebody.
Yeah. Any another thing of national importance?
No idea, sir.
No idea. Kirtana?
Yes, sir. No idea, sir.
You have not read the newspaper?
No, sir. I was going through this school reopening and I was in that news.
Acha. Please make it a habit to read the question paper, the Hindu newspaper first, and then come prepared with very well. Okay. Then what about Shanti Priya?
Yes, sir.
Have you read the newspaper any day during the last 1 week?
Actually, we are not.
You have not read. Plus, you make it a point to read the Hindu newspaper daily and make a note in your book. That is more important.
Due to coronavirus, we are not.
You download Hindu paper. You need not go for the hard copy of the Hindu paper. It is available on downloading method also. Only 3 are there, madam.
Manisha is also there, sir.
Yeah, Manisha.
Sir, I read about there was another virus outbreak in China called as brucellosis.
Uh-huh. Yeah, wonderful,
because
wonderful. Yeah. Can you open your video?
She doesn't have today. She doesn't have the camera, sir.
No problem. No problem. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Then we will go to how to read the Hindu newspaper.
Yes, sir.
You go to the second page, madam. Down. You make it up.
1 second. Yeah.
Second page.
This one, sir?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. You make it proper, bold, little bold. Yeah. 9 suspended Al-Qaeda operatives held. Another is it makes it is miles to go for a safer. You can make it a little bolder.
Yes, sir. I will do it. It's miles to go for a safer childbirth in Odisha's Kalahandi.
Yeah. In these 2 news items, regarding the Al-Qaeda operative or operations, you need not worry, because by the time you appear for the examination, this particular smaller problem may not be there. So, but regarding this Orissa Kalahandi is a place where every time the drought is there and the tribal people are there. So you make a note of this, saying that something happened during 2020, and you go to the next item. Smaller items of district level and state level, you need not worry. Third page is advertisement. 4th page also is advertisement, I think. Yeah, 5th page. Since this is a Sunday, they might not have given a lot of importance for the other news items.
Lot of advertisements.
Yeah, what is this? Heavy rain, huh? Heavy rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, this you need not take care of it, because it is not of much use for you in the long run. Then
Government plans to equip all hospital beds with oxygen facility.
Yeah, this is more important, because the public health is more important for the governmental side. So you should make a note saying that there was a corona during 2020. It created a lot of problems for the government and the public, and the supply of oxygen was a major thrust on the government. So you make a point so that it will give you a long run. Heavy rain cripples city, more in store, not useful. Government planning to cope up all hospitals, that is, you have already taken note of. Next.
So this is an advertisement.
Yeah, go for the next page. Yeah, this is more important page. This is almost like the regional page. Regarding the regional page, if it contains to the entire South, you can make a point of it. Otherwise, if it is only a local paper of Telugu, Telangana, say Karimnagar district or Khammam district or whatever it is, you need not bother about it to make a note of it, unless it is of national importance. The people who blame the government and the proceedings of the assembly, if they are of importance of a standard nature, then only you have to take note of it. Otherwise, you need not bother. Next. The problem for Sunday is there will not be any editorial. Sunday editorials are not there. But the other days, the editorials and editorial page, they are very, very, very important. That is more important, which you have to take care of. Then the feature articles. This is also another important point which you have to note, because during your essay writing, it will help you. You have to make a point, what is the main editorial? For the next 1 week, I request all of you to go through Hindu newspaper and mention what is the editorial and on which subject they have dealt. Particularly Mr. Ram and others, they will be writing a very good English, and the comprehension of the subject also they will do. So you please read, for the benefit of me at least, to go through the editorials and the edit page articles also. There will be minimum 3 articles or 2 articles in the edit page. That page is more important. You can preserve it if you have the hard copy with you. Nowadays it is not possible, so don't worry about it. Then the editorial page consists of letters to the editors also. Sometimes there may be a very interesting point which you may have to note, saying that regarding the drainage problem or whatever it is a local problem, you need not worry. But if it is of a national importance and the subject is discussed even in the parliament and somebody suggests a good idea, you should make a note of it, so that in your essay or in your answer to the mains paper, general studies paper 1, 2, 3 or 4, you can definitely get a scoring mark. This page is entirely for Telangana. So nowadays the separate page for Telangana, separate page for Andhra, and this southern region, entire Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala, the newspaper contains of southern region news also. You just make a note. And regarding the weather also, you need not worry, because it is not a constant thing and it changes every day and every week or every month. But you can make a note how the weather changes in a particular month. Because in your geography question, they may ask about the geographical positions of a particular place, and the Rutupavanas, which we call, that is to be maintained. And you keep a point in your diary that the season has started, the rainy season has started a little late or whatever it is. The rainfall during that period, it varies from year to year, and how the cropping pattern is done, how the Kharif and Rabi are separate. These things you have to make a note in your notebook. So how many of you have started the 200-page notebook, which I have told earlier classes? How many of you have started? Kirtana, whether you have started 200-page notebook?
Yes, sir.
Then Yashwini?
Yes, sir, I have started.
And how many pages you have filled? All 200 pages are vacant. Have you written anything on in the book? You please
Yes,
make it
sir.
a point. You please make it divide into 10 or 15 subjects. Then you go one by one. Parliament questions, judiciary, the awards given, and geography, science. Whatever is a new item for you, you segregate it into 3 different subjects and you start writing what happened during that period. 2020 September, something happened. 2020 October, something happened. Like that, all the pages of the chapters, you should maintain a particular way of your own method. Then next page, madam.
NTPC is planning to have 1,000 megawatt solar power plant.
Definite. That is a major item. You should, regarding the power generation, we will request Mr. I.P. Rao to deliver us a lecture on the power generation in the next few months.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is a very, the green hydrogen production facility likely in Andhra. This is another important thing. Manisha and others, you make a note. This green hydrogen production facility in Andhra, the year and how much it costs and other things you can note down. Next page.
They are making a point that it is at Pudimadaka in Visakhapatnam district.
Right. The place also you should mention.
Yes.
Yeah, next. Second wave of cases likely, says Kerala CM. It is only a local issue. We need not bother about it. Then next. This is a Kerala page, complete Kerala page. Unless it is of a national importance, we need not worry. Army races to stock for winter. This you can note down because it is a perennial problem. 3 LET terrorists arrested in Rajouri. It is a local item. You need not worry. SAD stood right side of the line on Farm Bills Badal. Shiromani Akali Dal. It is a regional party. These people, they wanted to create some problem to the present government regarding the agriculture bill. Farm bill is introduced and tomorrow is the final day in the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. I think Lok Sabha has passed and Rajya Sabha has to pass. So there is a whip issued by BJP government and it will come for voting also. So Shiromani Akali Dal people say that it is not in the interest of the farmers. So we are withdrawing from the government, but they will give the support. But the minister, the lady, she resigned, and the government also is in a dilemma whether we should accordingly amend the bill or whatever it is. Congress also, from the beginning, they are against it. So this page consists of 3 bills in Lok Sabha to bring in changes in labor sector. This is more important. Because labor sector, there may be a question in your prelims also or in the mains also. So you should be in a way to answer the question. Please, next. Opposition trains guns and PM cares. This is another important thing. PM cares is a fund which has been recently started, and it is not a government fund. It is a particular separate fund. If it is a government fund, like any public exchequer fund, the opposition party also has to vote for it or has to approve it. So the government has taken care of it and it has been made a separate thing and it is given for the public only. They are not using the money for their own interests, but they kept it in a separate PM Cares fund. India tops COVID-19 recoveries. This you need not, because another 4 or 5 years, the COVID will be neglected or forgotten. India tops COVID. Then Virat cuts through the waves for one last time. This is another important milestone. They have stopped the operations of this Virat Navy, which was there for the last 10-15 years. So they have now thought that it is not vulnerable to take it into the sea. So this is one question, you may take care of it. Then they have grounded it. They have grounded it. Yeah. US Supreme Court Justice Ginsburg dies. It is not a news item for us. China unveils sanctions regime after US ban on TikTok. This is the social media angle. You may have to make it a point in your notebook, because the social media has been in the run for the last 2-3 years. And most of the students, youngsters, and everybody, they are interested in this social media only. But due to the war between China, India, and America, the social media concepts of TikTok and others, they have been banned. This will be a major milestone in the history of foreign relations. So you should keep it in mind. Battle begins of Sinberg's replacement. We are not interested in it. If it is of an international standard and if it requires your eye on that subject, then only you have to take care of it. So to close it, I will say, while you are reading the Hindu newspaper, there is a problem of the policy of the magazine. That Hindu newspaper, nowadays they are criticizing government of India because they are not in favor of the present government. So you should take care of it, that the criticism should be on a not on a biased manner. It should be very standard and it should not be against the government. That doesn't mean you should not criticize any policy of the government. You, in your answers also, you can criticize the government policies, but you should balance it. Then only the answers and the attitude of yours will be taken care of. The external debt increases almost 3% to so-and-so billion at March end. This is also an important item. The debt rate and other things we will discuss when we come to the point of financial aspect. Yes, madam. I will close the session.
Yes, sir.
If the students have any doubts, they can ask us. Any doubts? Hello.
Dear students, any doubts or shall we go ahead?
No doubts, sir.
Manisha.
What we have understood is it's very important to start reading the newspapers. So newspapers, what need to be, today sir has explained us, what needs to be concentrated, what is related to India, what is related majorly to the either the economy part of it or politics part of it, what will be in question by the time you write prelims. So those who are appearing in the very near future can take care of even the small details. Those who are going for it on a long run can take up the important points. But making it like, no, that continuity will be there. So this will take only like this e-paper when you see, it will take only 10-15 minutes to just jot down the important points and then go ahead. So make it a habit. It will not take much of your time. So this time management today, any other doubts, children? Nothing?
Yeah. We will go to the next session, madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I request our director, Shailaja madam, to discuss with the children on the CSAT preparation.
Yes, sir.
Shailaja madam is an MSc BEd. She scored 300 out of 300 marks in all the 3 papers of BSc examination. And she is our director now. I request her to discuss about the important paper of CSAT.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So the other day, Mr. D.V. Rao Garu has explained us about the time management concept. So recently I was just going through, there is one nice video explaining what sir was asking, was trying to tell us. So I want to show it to the children. It takes only 2 minutes. Are you able to see the screen? The video?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What is time management? Everybody has 24 hours in a day. So we need to take care of the important, necessary tasks first. You start filling up your day with the small pebbles or the small unimportant things like watching WhatsApp, checking our social media status. Later, the important tasks like reading newspaper, preparing for prelims. This will go, this will not fit. So what do we need to do? We need to start with the important tasks of the day. As Prasad Guruji has told us, right in the morning, as we wake up, we put the important tasks, then put the necessary tasks, and then it is not, I don't say it is unnecessary, it is important, but it is very, very important to choose and see that we are moving towards our goal. So I found this particular video very, very interesting, which was just like how sir was explaining us about time management, D.V. Rao Garu. So I thought I will be presenting it to you. Now coming to our presentation on CSAT. Before going to that, I found a very nice story also. from the book You Can Win. It's a very interesting book, and I always find a lot of stories in it which will be like very much useful to all of us. I'll read the story for you. There was a man who made a living selling balloons at a fair. He had all colors of balloons, including red, yellow, blue, and green. Whenever business was slow, he would release a helium-filled balloon into the air. And when the children saw it go up, they all wanted to buy one. So like this, they would come up to him, buy a balloon, and his sales would go up again. He continued this process all day. One day, he felt someone tugging at his jacket. A small boy was trying to tug at his jacket. He turned around and saw a little boy. What were the colors of the balloons? Red, yellow, blue, and green. Yeah, and saw a little boy who asked, if you release a black balloon, would that also fly? The innocent boy was thinking that it was only because of the colors, red, yellow, blue, or green, that the balloons are flying. Moved by the boy's concern, the man replied with empathy, son, it is not the color of the balloon. It is what is inside that makes it go up. The same thing applies to our lives. It is what is inside that counts. The thing inside of us that makes us go up is our attitude. So that is the core of our IAS Academy also, that it is attitude with the aptitude that matters. It is that attitude with the aptitude. When we are preparing for the civil services aptitude test, this attitude also matters. Like how, not because of the color of the balloon, but with the gas which is filled up, which matters for the balloon to fly high. So in the same way, for us also, that attitude and the time management, that urge to learn more is what is very, very helpful for all of us. So there is one great saying regarding this also. William James of Harvard University said, the greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. So it is only human beings, among all the living organisms, it's only human beings who have the power to think, to decide between the right and the wrong. So you can decide. Always your mind will be telling you, like, no, to become lazy. One part of it will always be telling you, like Prasad Guruji has told us. Yeah, but you definitely can do it. So it is not the, like, no, the quantity of, like, no, the number of students that we are going to have in our IAS Academy that matters. For us, even if the number is less, we want to make sure that they are achieving their goal. Like how we interviewed Mr. Karthik, I feel I would be another day would be interviewing, yeah, Kirtana, I would be interviewing Shantipriya, yeah, Manisha, and today we have Yashwini. So all of them, I would be definitely be interviewing them also. So that is my motto. That is the motto of IAS Academy. So please make sure that you have any doubts, any concerns, please make sure that you approach us freely. I will be sharing with all of you our CEO sir's number also regarding the constitutional provisions, or regarding any writing skills. You have any doubts, you can definitely feel free to communicate with him also to clarify all your doubts. But your effort is one main thing which is going to change the whole scenario, dear students. So let us today, in the CSAT paper, today I have taken the mental ability questions of the civil services CSAT paper of 2016. So before starting with the questions, the first question itself, I understood that it is a combination of percentages and also arithmetic progression. I understood that all of you, a clear picture of arithmetic progressions should be given to you. So I thought you will, it will help you to understand. Those who are in 10th standard, I think so this chapter is already done. But briefly, you can note down the important formulae so that we can go ahead with with our class. So before going to arithmetic progressions, we need to know, this is a common word being used, sequences and series. What is a sequence? The definition is a set of numbers arranged in a definite order according to some definite rule. That definite rule keeps changing from each sequence, but all those numbers should abide by that rule. Then it is called as a sequence. It can be by adding a number or the difference of two numbers. It can be anything like that. Now, suppose if you take the numbers 1, 5, 9, 13, 17, what is common in all of them? What is it that you will get the next term? How is it that you're getting the next term? We have observed that after seeing 3, 4 numbers, you will observe that first what you will do is you will take the difference of any two consecutive terms. Consecutive terms means which are adjacent to each other. Like 5 and 9 are consecutive. 9 and 13 are the next adjacent numbers. So where you will take the difference of them. You have observed that each one of them, the difference between any two successive terms is 4. So you can now get the next number, that is after 17 you are going to have 17 plus 4, 21. So this is an example of one sequence. Let us see another sequence. Like you have 1, 5, 25, 125, 625. What is this? It is I can say multiplied by 5. First 1 is 5 power 0, 5 is 5 power 1, 25 is 5 power 2, 125 is 5 power 3, 625 is 5 power 4. So it is, you are getting the next number by multiplying by 5. This is also a sequence. Next, 1, 8, 27, 64, 125, 216. These are all cubes. See, always it is good to remember 1 to 50 squares and 1 to 20 cubes. 1 to 50 squares. The 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, like 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, like that. It is very good to remember the squares up to 50 and cubes up to 20. So quickly you can recognize them. You can recognize them that they are all cubes of the numbers. Now the next one you see, so in the second sequence and third sequence, by subtracting it, you are not getting. Yeah, you are able to identify it by looking at it, looking at the pattern of it. Now coming to the fourth one, 2 minus 2, 2 minus 2, 2 minus 2. So here alternately, then there is no, the sequence itself says like no, alternately you are using the numbers 2 and minus 2. So where there are dots given, 3 dots or 4 dots, it shows that it is infinite. The sequence is infinite. Suppose if it ends, yeah, that is called as a finite sequence. Like suppose you say the fifth one, you see 1, 9, 17, 25, 33. How do you get the next term? Is it addition or is it subtraction or is it multiplication? By adding 8, you get the next term. Right. So this is, but it ended with 33. So it is called as a finite sequence. Where you know the last term, it is called as a finite sequence. Now let us go the frequently it is used sequences and series. Sequence and series. Series, what is meant by series? Series is the sum of the terms of a sequence is called as series. If it is a finite sequence, you add all of them, it becomes finite series. If it is infinite sequence and you add all of them, it becomes infinite series. Now, suppose a sequence is given by the formula, it is mn. N is an under subscript. Mn, nth term is 2n plus 1. Find out the first 4 terms. So wherever there is n, m1 you get by taking n is equal to 1. M2 you will get by taking n is equal to 2. N is equal to 3, n is equal to 4. If you want 100th term also, you just substitute n is equal to 100. So 2 into 100, 200 plus 3. 203 will be the will be the 100th term. So this is how you can get the next numbers. Now, so second question, second example, one more for sequence we are seeing. Nth term here we are getting, it's not mn, nth term, m underscript, subscript is n. 2 by n plus 2. Find the 8th term. 8th term. So just you have to substitute in the place of n, you substitute 8. 2 by 8 plus 2. 2 by 10. That is nothing but 8th term. Right. Now, one second. Now, what is the difference between a sequence and a progression? Sequence are patterns, but progressions have a definite rule in the sequence. Like arithmetic progressions have, it is a sequence where by adding a constant number, you are getting the next term. That constant fixed number is called as D, and from the first term, you keep adding that D, you will be getting the next term, right? So you take the first term and by adding, you get the next term. That sequence is called as arithmetic progression. Now, what is geometric progression? By multiplying a fixed number. By multiplying a fixed number, if you get the sequence, that is called as geometric progression. Arithmetic is adding, by adding you get the next term. Geometric progression is by multiplying you fixed term, you get the next term. So in arithmetic progression, the difference between any two numbers will be, consecutive numbers will be, the successive terms will be same, whereas like you have x1, x2, x3, x4. x2 minus x1 is, x2 minus x1 will be equal to x3 minus x2. That is, the difference between this minus this will be equal to this minus this, other than this minus this. This is the difference, right? So we call it D common difference. Whereas in the geometric progressions, we are taking its, you are multiplying by a number. So there we call that number, constant number by which you multiply, we call it as a common ratio. Here it is represented by D, in there it is represented by R. Now let us go to the next part. So while solving the first question itself, I thought maybe all of you know this concept or not. I thought I would revise it before going for the first question in that paper. Now, the common difference is over. Like suppose rainfall of in the last week. Today in Bangalore, it's continuously raining, and they say that for the next 3 days, it's going to rain like this. So when you take the rainfall of the particular place, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. So that means it's continuously decreasing. So your common difference here will be negative. It is when it is a decreasing sequence, the common difference will be negative. When it is an increasing sequence, your common difference will be positive. Sometimes it can be 0 also. 0 means all the like suppose the rainfall is the same, 0, 0, 0, 0 in the deserts, no rainfall at all. So when you are taking a place in the desert, the rainfall remains 0 on all the days. So that is called as, for a week you test it, it will be 0. So common difference can also be 0. Now, just like how sequences can be finite and infinite, arithmetic progressions also can be finite and infinite. Finite means fixed number of terms will be there. Infinite means it continues. What is the formula to find out the general term? This is very important. Other than the first term, you have to put in, like it can be 10, it can be 25, it can be 30. The first term will be fixed based on that. Like I can give you an example of, like when you are going in an auto, the first, suppose 20 rupees is fixed. You just travel, you get into the auto, some 100 meters you move also, you have to pay him 20 rupees. But whereas after that fixed kilometers, yeah, later for every kilometer the meter will be going up. For every kilometer, suppose 6 rupees. So this 20 rupees will be a fixed one, that is your A, your first term A. But the next terms are all based on your D. That is the rate for every 1 kilometer. What you are giving is your D, right? So this is a very important formula. Please write down this one. Tn is equal to, if you want to find out the nth term, yeah, it is equal to Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Okay, if it is a finite series, it will have a last term also. So there is a formula for the last term also. If 30th term is your last term, then that last term is nothing but A plus R minus 1 into D. A plus, if rth term is the last term. If nth term is the last term, then A plus n minus 1 into D. For number of terms, he has already taken n. So that's why in here formula is given as A plus R minus 1 into D. Now, suppose I have the first term is 3, second term is 5, next term is 7. So I want to add all of them. So sum of n terms of an AP. Sum of n terms of an AP, the formula is given by n by 2. One second. N by 2. Here it is. N by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into D. Sn is equal to, sum to n terms is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into D. This can also be done by, if you know, if the sum is, you are finding out the last term you know, then you can use the formula Sn is equal to n by 2 into a plus L, your an or your L last term. So you got it here. 2a is 1a is from the first term. This second a is from the last term. So that is why a plus n minus 1 into D, that's becoming 2a plus n minus 1 into D. N by 2 into. This formula have you written down? Students? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now we will go to a problem which is related to this. See how the progressions problem with the percentages problem together can be asked in CSAT. This is one nice example. This was asked in 2016. In a market research conducted by an automobile company, the depreciation in the resale value. Suppose you purchase a car, right? After 1 year, yeah, you just bring it out of the showroom itself, its value will decrease. Yeah, so it is just decreasing. The first year, after the first year, you will have 15% less. That means if your cost was you purchased at 100 rupees, the item would become 85 rupees. Depreciation means that is the percentage, yeah, which is given. The next year is 13.5. That next year is 12%. Yeah. So like that, every year it is decreasing by 1.5. So what is your D here? D is minus 1.5. Is it appreciating or depreciating? Always, like now, our elders will tell us that you should purchase something which will appreciate. Means something like gold. They feel that like gold, land, the amount which you will invest on that will always appreciate. Appreciate means it is increasing every year. right? But here for automobiles, for our mobile phones, all these values, few things, no, like it will become outdated also. They will not buy it for a single rupee also. So like that, here in this case, it is depreciating. So the ratio is 15. The values, if you take, it is 15, 13.5. Yeah. 15.5, 15. So write these values once. So the question is, if he has bought 10 years ago at 8 lakh rupees, if he has purchased the car, right? 10 years ago, your starting rate is what? 15%, 13.5%. So you need to write them in that way and calculate it with. So it is both arithmetic progression come the percentages problem, right? So let us see the explanation of it, right? So the arithmetic progression will be in such a way: 15, 13.5, 12, and so on. So your first term is 15, and the constant difference is D is common difference is minus 1.5. So for how many years you are calculating it? You are calculating it for 10 years. So your n is equal to 10. Your n is 10. Here n is equal to 10. So now when you are substituting in that formula, what was the formula? N by 2, that is 10 by 2 into 2 into A. A is our 15 plus n minus 1. N is 10 again. 10 minus 1 into your D is minus 1.5. So when you calculate, please do the calculation once. It is 82.5. Now after 10 years, it has depreciated by 82.5%. 5%. That means what are you left with? What are you left with out of 100? How much are you really left out with? Yeah? 100 minus 82.5. Hello? Yeah, 18.5. So now here we have, give me a minute. Yeah. So we got it that it is only, it has reduced by 6,000, 6,60,000. It has reduced by 6,60,000. So what was its original cost? Was 8 lakhs. In that 6,60,000, if you reduce, you get 1,40,000. Or otherwise, you can also write as the value will be 17.5 by 100 into 8 lakhs. Also you can do. You will directly get 1,40,000. 100 minus 82.5. If you do directly, your resale value also you will get. So it's a problem where you have both percentages as well as progressions involved in it. Few questions I will be giving you as an assignment for this particular similar to this problem, so that you will have the practice. Any doubts in this? In the formulae or in this?
No, ma'am.
And today I would like to give you one, see the CSAT will be, maybe by the time you come up, maybe the CSAT may not be there, but this will be helpful for you in all the competitive exams. You want to do an MBA and you want to take it up, or you want to write any other state staff selection commission also. These kind of questions will always be there. Mental ability questions, analogy questions, you will definitely be having. Time and distance, time and work, these problems will always be there. So today I would like to just introduce one Vedic maths principle, one in each class one concept we can do, so that also will be parallelly be done, which will help you in your regular academics also. Vedic mathematics, there is one rule called as Urdhva Tiryabhyam. Means clockwise, vertically and clockwise. Any two-digit numbers by two-digit number. If you want to, the beauty of Vedic mathematics is you can do it from left to right or right to left. Once you practice, yeah, we are always like how we write Arabic, we write Urdu, we write our calculations, we do our multiplications from right to left, isn't it? Yeah, but in Vedic mathematics, you can always take it from left to right or right to left. Now, as you are already accustomed to right to left, do it right to left. Later, you can always be comfortable with left to right also. You'll after you get the practice. Now, this concept says it is only a simple thing which you can remember. A very simple. This is not a very difficult rule. Also, one line like this. Yeah, a cross like this, like the multiplication symbol, and one more line like this. Line, cross, line. Yes. So 1 cross 1, you can think like that. So how will you get this particular answer? 47 into 56. Let us take in this particular example, they have taken a bigger number. So let me take a small number. Can you see the screen, all of you? Suppose I have, I will take a very small number, 21 into 12. For you to first understand it, and then you can go with any number, any two-digit number by two-digit number. This same formula can be applied for finding out the three-digit number with three-digit number, four-digit number by four-digit number also. You can do it. With practice, you will get it. Now here, you can get the answer. Your first, this line is there, right? Yeah. So vertically, these two numbers, what are the numbers? 1 into 2. 1 into 2, the answer is 2. Now cross. 2 2s are 4 plus 1. 1 into 1, 1, no? So 4 plus 1 is 5. 4 plus 1 is 5. Now coming to the end. Now again multiplying these two numbers. 2 into 1 is 2. You write your 2 here. So instead of doing 3 steps and then in the third step, instead of getting the answer, here using the Vedic maths principle, you can get the answer in one step itself. Yeah, what you need to do, left hand side numbers, both the numbers you need to multiply, put it over there. Yeah, then cross multiply and add. Cross multiply, yeah, and add. Crosswise and add and put the number. Then again come back to the left hand side, two numbers, multiply them and write down there. So now we will do one more example. You can give me answers also. Like suppose the same question we are doing. So you may think that in the first example where I have taken, you can say that they are all small numbers. There was no carrying over at all. What will happen, madam, when there is carrying over? Children who have studied in Sri Chaitanya, this was also already taught to them. Yeah. So others would have learned it also. Now coming to this, your formula which is there, 1 cross 1. Now coming to the right hand side, two numbers. 6 7s are 42. Write your 2 here, 4 here. Just like how you do it in your regular carryover. You write to the side, right? So same way. Now cross multiply. 6 4s are 24. 24 plus 7 5s are 35. 24 plus 35, how much will it be? 24, you can unmute and you can tell the answers. 24 and 35, 59. 59 plus this 4. 59 plus 4 is 63. Write your 6 here. Now, coming to the last step, it is multiplying the numbers which are onto the left hand side. 4 5s are 20. 20 plus the 6 was there now, which was carrying over. You write 26. So 2632 is your number. Like how in the normal multiplication, how you carry over and keep it to the side. The same way you have to do it here also. Now I'll give you two problems you can 2632. Like suppose I have, please do it and tell me the answers. Just for me to understand whether you have understood it or not. What is this answer? Use yeah. Use this method and put down your answers. Yeah, answers in the chat box. Already somebody has given the answer. 420, Yashwini, correct. Yeah, this was a very, means 15 table you must have learned also and done it. Now I will give you another question. I have. Can you please do this? Answer. One 1748. Ashwini is very fast. Others, please. Did you get the same answer or any other answer? Are you doing it? Others have not answered. See, if it's wrong also, there's no problem. It comes with practice. Mathematics is all about practice. Yeah, you can keep trying this. We will go to the next question. Alex bought an item from a sale offering 15% discount. So this will be today's newspaper. When you have seen, you must have, we get diverted to that, right? We are more attracted to the colorful pictures over there. First one was a huge car. Yeah, then there are some sale items. Sale items always what we will see, Great Indian Sale on Flipkart, on Amazon. Yeah, you say that this is 50% discount, that is 60% discount. Are they selling out of loss? Are they are the companies giving you things taking loss? Never. They will always keep your the market price. The market price on the item, they keep it so high that even if they give the distance, the given the discount which is which they are giving, still they will be getting a profit. So always the person who has to always think that this market price MP should always be greater than the selling price. Yeah, market price in such a way that the selling price should come between market price and cost price. If the selling price is going down, if it is over here, he is going to get loss. So always they keep in mind this 50% offers and all that, they will keep in mind that they are not going to lose. But they will offer you buy 3, get 3 free. So indirectly they are making you buy 6 items at a time. They are clearing off 6 of their stock, isn't it? So this is a very, very important thing which always you need to remember, that for if the selling price is lower than the cost price, yeah, even this gap is your discount. This gap is your discount, right? It should never go down than the cost price. Now, could anyone solve this? He is giving 15% discount, yeah, but it should be a profit of 19%. As I have given you just now, that it should always be more than the options given are 66.66, 32, 40, 28.57. Anybody who has done it and can do it? In most of these cases, there are two methods in which you can do. Assume that it is X. Assume it as X and then solve it. That is one method. Yeah. The next one is think that it is 100. Assume that your original list price or market price is the same. Let it be 100. You gave 15% discount. So it will be 15% discount. So 15 minus it will be 85. Now you are going to sell it once again, right? Now when your sale prices should be 19 more than that. So that is 100 plus 19, that is nothing but 119. So how much should be your selling price? It should be 119 minus that 85. Yeah, because that was the price at which you are going to divide by the cost price. This formula, can you please note down? This formula at which you are reselling it. Suppose like you have purchased it with that discount and you are trying to sell it. In this particular case, it has been taken like that. You bought it at 85. Correct. Manisha got the answer, 40%. Correct. Right. Now, ratio and proportion. Next question. Two friends work in the same company and the ratio of their salaries is 3:5. First friend gets promoted after a year and his salary is increased by 1/3 of the salary of his friend. That means if he was getting previously 3,000, the other friend was getting suppose 6,000. So 6,000 plus 1/3. 6,000 plus his 1/3 of 6,000 will be 2,000. 2,000 is added to the first person's 3,000, his salary. So what will be their current salaries? Right? So original, the ratio is 3:5. You can take it as 3x and 5x. Let the salaries be 3x and 5x. Who got the increment? First friend got the increment. First friend got how much increment? 1/3 of the second, his friend's salary. So you should not take 1/3 of 3x. You are taking 1/3 of 5x. So 5x by 3. Yeah. So his current salary is 3x. To that you are adding 5x. So it will be, here you need to take LCM. Did you understand? 3 into 3, 9. 9 plus 5. That is giving you 14x. 14x by 3. Yeah. So 14 by 5. So now what is his ratio of the current salaries? So the first friend salary is 14x by 3. Second friend's salary is 5x. You take the ratio of the two, it is going to be 3 into 5, 15. 14 by 15. That is, the ratio is 14:15. So which option is 14:15? Which option is 14:6? C. Option C is the, so C is the correct answer. We'll do one last question and we will, conclude the session. Amit got thrice as many marks in maths as in English. The proportion of his marks in maths and history. Here you have to observe that here first sentence is talking about maths and English. Second sentence you are talking about maths and history. So that means there are 3 subjects in this: maths, English and history. But the total of all the 3 is 250. So now this thrice in maths as in English. So maths he got the highest, isn't it? So let us see the explanation. Maths marks are 3 times English, and maths and Hindi history ratio is 4:3. So what will be history? History is 3/4 of maths. 3/4 of maths. Why? Because we want English, we are trying to put everything into English only. So it's 9/4 of English. So you add all the 3. M we know is 3 times English. English as it is English. And now history 9/4 English. So the total is equal to 250. 3 plus 1, 4. 4 plus 9/4. That is 16 plus 9. 4 and 4 you need to take LCM here. So that is 16 plus 9 is 25. 25. So E is equal to 40. There are a few more questions. I will share this document in the website. You can go through it and solve the remaining questions also. If you have any doubts, we will clarify it in the next session. Sir, anything else to say to conclude?
Yeah, I have not spoken to Manisha, I think.
Yeah, Manisha?
See.
Yeah.
Manisha.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Have you started maintaining the book?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you note down all the important points of Hindu newspaper or any other newspaper. Even if you are getting Yenadu or Sakshi or whatever it is, national importance you have to take first. Have you heard my subject lecture on this, how to read newspaper? You were there?
Yeah, she was there.
Yeah. Then another thing is I have given the homework of science. You please download the 9th class science book and answer the questions which I have given. And regarding the essay, you are writing very well. Keep it up. And this week also we have given you about the role of regional parties in federalism. You please go on doing whatever it is. And each week, the geography master asked you to read 7th class geography. He will be asking you questions this time on 7th class geography. All of you please be ready. So thank you, madam. You have done very well today.
Sir, Shanti Priya is there, sir. We need to speak to Shanti Priya. I think so. We didn't speak.
Acha, Shanti.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, what is? Are you maintaining the book?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you have started writing in that book?
Yes, sir. I have started.
What you have written so far?